Hi, this is Tony Reid with Rattling the Cage for Tap Out and MMA Worldwide Magazine, joined by Brad Pickett today. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
How's the weight cut going? I know we're interrupting your downtime here.
It's on schedule. I always do most of it the day before, so just in case you hit a wall where it's not on the day you need to make weight. So I've only got like a couple of pounds left to go now. So
what type of weight are we talking as far as maybe like last 2 days that you're going to drop?
Last couple of days I'm probably about 12 or so.
Yeah.
Then I do yesterday I done a workout in the morning, lost like 4 and a bit. Then I ate a little bit, drunk a little bit, not much, and then I done a lot last night. Now I'm left with two pounds of this morning, which I saw.
Very cool. So this weekend, obviously, you have a huge, almost a bantamweight title eliminator type of fight here. UFC 155. Obviously, we're here at the MGM against Eddie Wineland. Look into your crystal ball and tell me how you see the fight playing out.
It's hard to say. Obviously, this sport is so unpredictable. No matter how, even though I think I'm an expert within the sport, I can never predict a lot of fights that I think, oh, that's definitely going to go that way.
Yeah.
In my head, it's a classic case of two different styles of boxing. You know, we don't kick
boxer,
much.
brawler boxer type of deal.
Yeah, you know, and he has his sort of style. He's more of a counter punch. He's going to want to make me miss and hit me. I kind of want to keep my head moving, get on the inside and throw my hooks, uppercuts and stuff like that. So you just engage of whoever gets to implement their game, you know.
Sure.
And it's if I don't get caught on the way in and I hit him, perfect. If I try and get in and he hits me, it's perfect for him, you know.
Yeah,
so
true.
Styles make fights.
So a little while back, Dana White said that you're one of his favorite fighters to watch. What does it mean for the boss to give you that kind of endorsement?
For me, it's great. You know, no matter what job you do or whatever, if your boss likes what you do and works, it gives you a bit of job sort of
security type of thing.
Yeah. So it puts a little pressure when you're going into a fight, knowing that my job's safe. Win or lose, I know I'm not going to lose my job, which takes a lot of performance. Not
pressure
performance.
off,
It takes a lot of the outcome anxiety away from me. Where now I can just concentrate on this is the performance. You know, go out there and perform well, and hopefully I'd win. Where not looking at the outcome too much.
Yeah, absolutely. So jump into some general stuff here. If you could choose one fight from your career that you want every MMA fan to see, of course you're known around the world, all the hardcore fans know you, everybody in the States is starting to know you. If you could choose one fight from your career that's like, this is the fight I hang my hat on, no pun intended, like what fight would you want every fan to see of yours?
Probably me versus Ivan Menjivar. I think that was a great fight, you know. I got picked for fight of the night by Ben Henderson and Showtime and Pettis, but for me it was really back and forth fight. So and also another one, two. It was me, another barn burner with Scott Jorgensen.
Sure.
You know, I fell up short with that one, but then I won the one against Ivan Menjivar, where they were back and forth battles. You know, I prefer the Ivan Menjivar one, not just because I won it, because you know he rocked me, I rocked him. It was on the floor, it was up.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of my fights. It also that me versus Demetrius Johnson was a very
was
exciting, fast-paced fight. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. If you could fight anyone in any weight class, hypothetically speaking, of course, who's the one guy that you just want to test your skills against, or is there someone that you're like, man, I would love if he was a bantamweight, or if I was a light heavy, or whatever? Is there one guy that you'd like just like to get in there and test your skills against any weight class?
Bruce Lee.
Okay, that might be difficult.
Yeah, bring him out of retirement.
Yeah.
You don't want to interview right now.
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Who's this?
I'm thinking. I don't know.
Okay, that's cool. That's
no,
fine.
Actually, I really don't know. I mean, to me,
Just
I'll
never thought
fight
of that.
anyone.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it too much, you know. Maybe some heavyweights.
Yeah.
Because I feel if I was a heavyweight, I'd get a lot more recognition than I get.
Might be fighting Kane or JDS this weekend.
No, definitely. Overeem.
There you go. All right, fair enough.
He's a fake British guy.
There's a lot of fake things about him.
Yeah,
Some interesting stuff going on there. But another hypothetical, if you could fight anyone outside of the world of MMA, is there anyone that just rubbed you the wrong way, whether it be in music, movies, politics? Is there anyone you're just like, man, I would just love to be able to get him in the cage for a few minutes?
Not really, as in I don't really hold any grudges with anyone.
Yeah.
For me, if someone kind of is a bit of an idiot, I just don't associate myself with them or give them any time of day.
Yeah, true.
You know, so I don't really interact with them enough to even start hating them even more.
Yeah.
So I don't really dislike people. You know.
So you're not on Twitter much then?
I'm on
just
Twitter.
kidding,
To be honest, I'm on Twitter, but I don't get a lot of stick on Twitter. You know, there's some guys on there you just like.
It's just ridiculous.
As in, like some things, as in like I get it after like my fight with Burrell. I came out reading the newspaper, and a lot of people didn't get that thing. And for me, reading when I read the newspaper, it wasn't me people saying I was being cocky. What it is, I come from a working class background, and where I come from, you read the paper to go to work.
Very cool.
For what I was doing, I was reading the paper because I was going to work. It's just still my job, and it doesn't matter what I do, I'm still going to work. I come from a working class background. And a lot of people kind of like didn't understand that and gave me a lot of shit. But it was quite funny, some of it, you know, like saying, oh, you're looking at the paper for a new job. And see, I take that. Some people do get a little bit personal, and I think that's pretty bad because they kind of like neglect what Twitter's for. It gives them an access to the people they want to be, and then sometimes some people abuse it, you know, which kind of that's why some people just don't. Famous people don't even want to be on Twitter anymore because they're like, sod these guys. You know, so it spoils it for some other people. But I don't get a lot of stick, to be honest. But you know, so.
You already answered my one question. I was going to ask you about the walkouts. I know that's been kind of misconstrued, and people had different ideas what it was. I read somewhere that they thought it was due to a character in Snatch, and someone said something about maybe
a lot of people say
family
because
member.
My hat and my walkout entrance is to do with Snatch. It does look pretty similar, but most of it comes. I wear a trilby hat and braces and stuff to in honor of my grandfather who used to be a bear.
Very cool. Yeah. Awesome. So we just actually touched on it a little bit, maybe, but who are the people that inspire you most, whether it's personally or professionally? I know I read as far as combat sports, you were a big fan of Mike Tyson, Roberto Duran. I think stylistically you kind of bring the Mike Tyson aspect, just balls to the wall, all out 100%, go for the kill type thing.
One of my newest coaches, a guy called Paulie Gloves, you know, he's helped me out so much with my stand-up and stuff. He put it into like a perfect kind of phrase. It's controlled chaos, you know. You go out there and you explode, and like what Tyson was, he looked chaotic, he looked crazy, but he was controlled. He knew what he was doing, and that's what I kind of like. What I like to do is like controlled chaos, where I don't mind being in like an absolute bar burner. Bring me in there, but I know what I'm doing in there. It's not I'm just winging it and throwing windmills. I know what I'm doing, and that's what I like to fight.
That's awesome.
And that's the people like Tyson and people like Duran is a different guy. He was really good. He could do both. He could box and brawl. You know, so he was a great fighter.
Very cool. So if you weren't a professional mixed martial artist right now, what do you think you'd be doing for a living? Do you ever think about, you know?
What I wish I was doing for a living, or what do you reckon I would be doing?
Either or both.
Well, to be honest, when I grew up, the thing I wanted to be was a professional football player. Soccer.
You had a knee injury then, right?
But I mean, for me, even though I had my knee injury, I was playing at not a bad level for England, you know, but it wasn't like a crazy good level. I'd never be able to make a living off it. It was more of recreational kind of, you know. I still got like paid a little bit to play, but it wasn't like massive. But I love football, and even to this day, I still love football. So if I could choose another profession, I'd be a football player.
Nice.
You know? Because you play every week. Every week you have a game. Rather than like me, I fight only a few times a year. I train stuff like that. So for me, it's all about competing. And in fighting, you only compete like 3 to 4 times a year. In football, you compete twice a week at times. You know? So I like that.
Very cool, very cool. We kind of touched on your childhood a little bit. You have a well-documented childhood. I know Fighters Only's covered, you know, pretty in-depth and just different places I've read. You spent some time in India growing up, moved back and forth, and other travels. In one thought, could you share just your thoughts on your unique childhood, like just maybe a quick memory or just a general thought?
Yeah, as in a lot of people in this sport have a lot of, like I say, stories. You know, that come from a bad background, you know, broken up family. And you know, come from the hood, or overcome a lot of things, which I think is great. But for me, you know, I got no qualms. You know, I had a very loving, small but very loving family. You know, it was me, my brother, my mum, and my dad. You know, and some close relatives. But it was really tight, and we had a great family. You know, and I had no problems growing up. You know, to drive me into fighting. I'm just a good competitor, and I'm very competitive, and for me this is not one challenge. I'm not like a crazy violent person. It may look like it when I fight because it's my style, But you know, as soon as the fight's over, we shake hands. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we kind of touched on this too a little bit with your walkouts. You obviously have an exciting style in the cage and your unique personality outside of it. Is it important to you to be an entertainer as well as being, getting the wins and losses and things of that nature? Is it important to have some level of entertainment
Of course.
value?
End of the day, this is a spectator sport, so people pay to watch the sport. If there was no fans paying to watch the sport, we'd be out of jobs, and you wouldn't do this sport for free. Well, some people would, but you wouldn't really do this sport for free. So, yeah, it is. Also, people like Dana White employ you. So, if you win all your fights, but you're so boring, really bad to watch, you're going to be stuck on the undercard for a lot of times. People don't want to pay pay-per-views to see you fight, so you're going to be stuck on the undercard. And as soon as you slip up and lose, you're probably going to get sent back in. But then also there's the other side. You can't be an exciting fighter and lose 5 or 6 on a trot because the fans will be like, "Hey, what's this guy still doing it?" So you've got to balance
fine line.
Yeah, you've got to be exciting and winning.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful that it's not that I intentionally go out to do it, but I have in my style. It kind of like complements what they want. So for me, if I go out and fight how I'd fight anyway, I'm an aggressive fighter. It makes it exciting.
Yeah, very cool. I think that's about all. I have one more question, actually. I know we've been in contact, and you've said you've had issues with the phone. Do you ever just want to one-punch your phone?
One in America, yes. It's annoying. My English phone's an iPhone, so it's great. I love my iPhone. But the one I got in America, it does a job, but there's no need for me to get a real fancy phone in America because I'm only here,
periodically.
Stuff. So. But the phone I got kind of like doesn't ring loud enough and doesn't even give me any indication of a text message unless I look at it. So it can get quite annoying.
Nice.
So yeah, I'd like to one punch my phone.
Nice.
And also internet connections in hotels sometimes because you see my laptop over there, and I play a lot of games on my Alienware laptop and stuff. So sometimes when I play World of Warcraft for a long time. So if I've got a bad internet connection, it really annoys me because I can't play.
Absolutely. That's all I have. Anything you want to say before we sign off here?
Obviously I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time out as well to give me an interview. All my fans who support and my sponsors, and my team, American Top Team, and Team Time back in the UK.
Very cool. Tony Reid, Rattling the Cage, Tap Out Magazine, Mr. Brad Pickett. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thanks.